Just keep telling yourself that. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're going to talk about money. Okay, there are two equations that you're going to have to memorize. There's number 1, there's number 2. If the directions tell you that the interest is compounded continuously, then this is the formula that you use. Any other kind of compounding, it is equation number 1. Okay? Then if you look at the variables are very similar. Okay? So look at A. A is a new amount. So if you start with 1,000 and it grows to 1,200, 1,200 is the new amount. Okay? P is the principal. That's how much you start with. Okay? The rate is an interest rate, but you have to be careful, you guys. If the interest rate is 4.5%, the R is not 4.5. You have to take the decimal and move it 2 places to the left, so it's 0.045. Okay? T is time, and it's always in years. Some people mess up on that, and they'll put like months or something. It's always years, and this is why. See this interest rate right here? See that percentage? It's an annual percentage rate. Annual means years, so it's always years, okay? N is the number of compounds per year. Well, the top equation is the only one that has the N, okay? So if it says annually, how many times a year would it be compounded? 1 time. That one's kind of lame, because if your grandma gives you $10,000 for graduation, sure that's going to happen, right? You drop it into an account where the interest is compounded annually. It stays $10,000 for 364 days. Like literally you've earned nothing. And then finally on the 365th day, you'll get interest. Okay? Semi-annually, what would my value of N be on that, guys? Tell me. 2. Yes, semi means 2, right? Quarterly, how many quarters make $1, everybody? 4. Monthly, how many months in a year? 12. Daily, how many days in a year? 365. Okay? All right, here we go. Example 1. If $1,000 is invested in an account for 10 years at an annual rate of 5%, how much money will you have if the interest is compounded annually, quarterly, and daily? Okay? Everybody listen. None of them said continuously. So none of them will be that yellow equation. They're all going to be the green one, okay? Underneath every single one of those, I want you to write, thank you, honey, A equals P times 1 plus R divided by N raised to the NT, okay? Every single one of them. Because the first thing I always want you to do when you do these problems is write down the formula, okay? So we're going to do that 3 times. Okay, so read the words. P is $1,000. For every single one of these scenarios, you start with 1,000. T is the number of years, which is 10, and the rate is 5%. You guys, the decimal would be after the 5, so move it 2 places to the left, and that would be 0.05. And then for annually, your N is a 1. For quarterly, your N is a 4, and for daily, it's 365. Everybody freeze right here for a second. Let's think about this. If the interest rate is the same for all of them, and then it's computed once a year, 4 times a year, or every day for a year, which one's going to make the most money? They won't all be the same, because that $1,000 is going to sit there forever and it'll be computed once. This guy right here computes here, 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 4 times. This one, every single day. Which one? Daily. Because you're going to earn interest and then interest on your interest and blah, 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 blah. It just keeps growing, okay? So C is going to be biggest, we can tell. Okay, so this is new amount is your principal, which is 1,000. 1 plus the interest rate is 0.05 divided by N, which is 1, raised to the 1 times 10. Okay, grab your calculator and let's put this in our calculator. Okay, so everybody go 1,000, parenthesis, 1 plus 0.05. Do you really have to divide by 1? Yes or no? You don't. If you do, it's fine. Then close it off, and then raise it to the 1 times 10. Hit enter, and you get $10,500. Okay? It's wrong. If you didn't get that, and I'm not angry, if you didn't get it, it's because you went ahead of me and you did it right. And the way I said out loud to do it was to do it wrong. So I was trying to trick you, okay? But some of you went ahead and you knew what you were doing and you need to get tricked. It is not $10,500. Think about that for a second. You start with 1,000, and in 10 years, it turns to $10,000. That's like earning $1,000 in interest every year. That's not going to happen, unfortunately, okay? Can anybody tell me what I did wrong on the calculator? Say it again. Yeah, so I didn't put parentheses around there. So I took the 1 plus 0.05 and raised it to the first, and then I times the whole thing by 10. Yes. So now let's do it correctly. 1,000, parenthesis, 1 plus 0.05, close it off, raise it to the parenthesis, 1 times 10, close it off, hit enter, and I got 1,620, we'll say, let's go to near a cent, $28.89, okay? Now, of course you don't have to do 1 times 10. Those of you who went ahead of me, you didn't do 1 times 10, you just did 10. So it worked out, right? Well, it's not always going to be a clean number like 1 times 10. So you have to remember to do those parentheses, okay? Okay, let's do this one. New amount is $1,000. 1 plus the rate is 0.05, pardon me, divided by n, which is 4, raised to the 4 times 10. Don't put in a 40. Don't put in 40. I want you to put in 4 times 10. We have to prepare for when it's going to be tough. So go 1,000, parenthesis, 1 plus 0.05 divided by 4, close it, raise it to the, tell me what to push right here, parenthesis, thank you, 4 times 10, I know you could have just put 40, I'm trying to teach you, hit enter, you get $1,643.62. You guys, of course it's more money, because now instead of the interest just being computed once, it's computed 4 times, okay? Let's do this one. New amount is 1,000 times 1 plus 0.05 divided by 365 raised to the 365 times 10. Grab your calculator. 1,000, parenthesis, 1 plus 0.05 divided by 365, close it off, raise it to the parenthesis, 365 times 10, close it off, hit enter, and I expected this to be the highest, $1,648.66. And it's not a lot more, but I'd rather have the money be in my hands than theirs. Okay, so better for me if we do it that way. Okay, the parents of a newborn invest $5,000 into an account that earns 3% interest compounded monthly. If the money's left untouched, how much will the child have in the account in 60 years? Please listen. Every time you do this, start with the formula, okay? It didn't say continuously. So my formula is going to be A equals P times 1 plus R divided by N raised to the NT, okay? If you wanted to, you could do this. Look, A equals, P equals, R equals, N equals, T equals. I have 5 variables, okay? I want a number for every single one of them except one, okay? So $5,000 is what you start with. That's your principal. 3%, 0.03 is my rate. Compounded monthly, N is 12. 60 years, that's my time. My A is going to be an A. So only one of those variables will stay a variable. So my new amount is $5,000. 1 plus 0.03 divided by 12 raised to the 12 times 60. Okay, grab your calculator. Everybody go 5,000, parenthesis, 1 plus 0.03 divided by 12, close it, raise it to the parenthesis, 12 times 60, close it off, hit enter. You guys, when you're dealing with money, you always round to the nearest cent. So it's $30,180.37. Put a comma and put a dollar sign, and you're done. Okay, so that 5,000 will grow to 30,000 by the time they're 60. Okay, question 3. If the parent in the example above had an account that compounds continually, how much would be in the account? You guys, we're talking about a different formula now, okay? So it's PE to the RT. So the new amount is going to be $5,000 times E to the rate, which is 0.03, times time, which is 60. Okay, grab your calculator. Everybody go 5,000 second ln 0.03 times 60. Do you see the calculator? Stop for a sec. Do you see the calculator already put a parenthesis around your exponent, right? So we're good. I didn't have to do that. Then close it off, hit enter, and the answer is $30,248.24. Okay, you guys, of course, continually is always going to be the highest. As long as the time and the rate and everything is the same, continuously means, here's my money, it's constantly earning interest, continuously, interest upon interest upon interest upon interest. Hi, thanks. Okay, question 4. Find the principal needed to get $1,000 after 10 years at 3% interest compounded daily. You guys, be organized. The first thing I want you to always do is put your formula. So it's P plus 1, P times 1 plus R divided by N raised to the NT. Okay, so find the principal. So I know my P is going to be a P. To get $1,000, someone tell me what variable that $1,000 stands for. My new amount, it is an A. Okay, after 10 years, so my time is going to be a 10, compounded daily, so daily is 365, and then the rate is 0.03. Okay, look at that. It's complicated, and it makes you feel scared. But once somebody shows you what to do, you're like, well, that's easy. It's a little tough on the calculator, but it's really pretty easy. Can anybody see it? Can anybody see what to do? Okay, let me show you. Look right here. See all this stuff right here? There is no variable anywhere in that in what I just highlighted. Let's say all that stuff was a 5. It's not 5. Let's just say it was 5. Then I would have 1,000 is equal to 5p. How would I solve that? Divide by 5, right? So this is just a number that I'm going to divide by to get my p alone. So p is 1,000 over 1 plus 0.03 divided by 365 raised to the 10 times 365. Okay, who says, I see that? That's easy now that you show me that. Okay, grab your calculator. So you have a couple of options. You can put the yellow stuff in your calculator and store it, and then go 1,000 divided by membar. I think that might be a good idea. Let's do that. Let's store it. So let's go parenthesis, 1 plus 0.03 divided by 365, close it, raise it to the, tell me what to push here? Parenthesis, 10 times 365, close it off, store, enter. So it makes my final calculator stuff easier. So I'm just going to go 1,000 divided by membar, enter, enter, and my answer is $740.83. I want everybody to freeze. Don't touch your calculator. Don't touch your calculator. I am 95% sure you will have a money question on your final. Okay, just 1 second. I'm almost positive you're going to have a money question on your final. Is this problem checkable? Tell me that. Yes, it is. Look what I did. So see the yellow? I already stored that for A. So if I take this guy and I store him in for B, then all I have to do is A times B, and I better get 1,000. So everybody go store, write, enter. And now all I'm going to do is P, which is my B, times the yellow, which is A. So I'm just going to go membar enter, membar write, enter, enter. I got $1,000. I checked it in 10 seconds. Okay? You've got to flip your thinking to every problem. How can I check? How can I check for this final coming up? Okay, Jackson. Got it? Okay. Sample 5. How long will it take $25,000 and to grow to $500,000 at 9% interest compounded monthly? Tell me what I want you to do first. Write the equation. So everybody write A equals P times 1 plus R divided by N raised to the NT. You don't have to do this, but let's do this on this one. A, P, R, N, and T. How long? I know my T is going to be a T. Everything else is going to have a number in it. Okay, so principal is $25,000. New amount, $500,000. Rate, 0.09. Compounded monthly, N is 12. Okay, so my new amount, $500,000, is equal to my principal, $25,000. 1 plus 0.09 divided by N, which is 12, raised to the 12 times T. Now I want you to freeze right there. Okay, I'm trying to solve for T, but my T is stuck up in the exponent. There are two ways to get a variable out of the exponent. You could take the Tth root. What good is that going to do? We don't know what T is, right? What else can I do? Are you anticipating what we're going to do? What are we going to do? Don't be afraid. Nobody's ever going to make fun of you in here. Yes, honey?
Could you divide the 25,000 over and then log?
You're going to convert it. You're going to convert it. You're exactly right, honey. You're exactly right. So divide by 25,000. Okay? So everybody go 500,000 divided by 25,000 is 20. Okay? So I'm going to go 1 plus 0.09 divided by 12 raised to the 12t is equal to 20. Now, everybody watch this. Just kick back and watch. I'm ready to convert because I'm stuck. Look how horrible this is. Log base 1 plus 0.09 divided by 12 of 20 is equal to 12t. This is terrible, the 1 plus 0.09. Everybody grab your calculator, okay? And I want you to go 1 plus 0.09 divided by 12, hit enter. I get a nice decimal. I would way rather write that as a nice decimal than a terrible fraction. Why is my decimal nice? What's the definition of nice in here? It ends. It ends. So it's 1.0075 raised to the 12t is equal to 20. Now I'm going to convert it. So it's log base 1.0075 of 20 is equal to 12t. Tell me what you do to solve for t. Divide by 12. So everybody go log base 1.0075 of 20 divided by 12. Okay, grab your calculator. How do you put in that top log stuff? You go log 20, close it off, divided by log 1.0075, close it off, divided by 12, hit enter, and I get 33. Now what did the directions say? They didn't tell you, so we're going to go 2 digits. So 33.41. This stands for time. Look what people do. They say, since this is computed monthly, then they say months. It's never months. It's always years. Okay? Don't clear your calculator. Is this checkable? Tell me. Yes. Look how quick I can check this, guys. Look at the right-hand side. I'm going to hit store, enter. I'm going to put in the purple. I better get 500,000. So we go 25,000, parenthesis, 1 point, or I'm going to go 1 plus 0.09 divided by 12, close it off, raise it to the parenthesis 12 membar, enter, close it, enter, 500,000. Just check that. Okay? All right, question 6. $500 is deposited into an account that pays 6.75% interest compounded continuously. How long will it take the money to double? Okay, everybody write A equals PE to the RT. $500 is how much you start with. The E is a constant. It's always going to be an E. Rate is 0.0675. They want to know how long, so they're looking for T. I've used all the information, and I don't have a number for A. I can't have an A and a T. I know I'm looking for T, so I have to have something for A. What do I put?
1,000.
Why do I put 1,000?
Because
That's doubled. Sure, if I start with a 500 and it doubles, it goes to 1,000. What am I going to ask you right now? Are you stuck? And what's the answer to the question? No, what do? Divide by 500. So you have E to the 0.0675T is equal to 2. Please listen. If what I'm looking for is stuck in the exponent, I know I'm going to convert. Am I ready to convert? Yes, I am. So convert it. So it's log base E of 2, that's ln 2, is equal to 0.0675T. To solve for T, divide. So it's ln 2 divided by 0.0675. Some of you are answering like that on tests. That's not simplified. You always have to go as far as you can, okay? So please be careful with that. ln 2, close it off, divided by 0.0675, hit enter. They would tell you how far to round. We're going to go 2 digits past the decimal. So it would be 10.27, and time is always in, tell me? Years. We're not going to check them anymore. You could store that in for A, put it into the right, make sure you get 1,000. You can check it in about 20 seconds. Okay? Example 7. Would you make more money in an account paying 2.75% interest compounded daily, or in an account paying 2.25% compounded continuously? Please make sure you do a very good presentation. So let's go. Here's one, and here's the other one. Okay? So one of them is 2.75% daily. The other guy is 2.25% compounded continuously. Write down the formula for the daily. A equals P times 1 plus R divided by N raised to the NT. Let's do that one. Okay? Actually, let's do the continuous formula first. Let's go A equals PE to the RT. Okay? So on the daily one, I know that the rate is 0.0275. So I'm going to fill that in. Okay? I know that my N is 365. Okay? Now I have a problem. The problem is they didn't tell me how long, and they didn't tell me what I start with. So they want to know how much I'm going to have. They want to know which one gives me more. That's my new amount. What in the world am I going to do without those numbers? Say it again. How can you just make that up? I don't get that. How do you do that? Why? But if you're going to make it up, and why is it, say it again. Use the same number in both scenarios. You're exactly right. Okay? I'm boring. I like regular numbers because I don't want anything to go too crazy. So I'm going to let my P be 1,000, and I'm going to let my T be a 10. Okay? I always use very simple, easy numbers because sometimes it can kind of bite you in some lessons coming up. Okay? Okay, let's do this. 1,000, parenthesis, 1 plus 0.0275 divided by 365, close it, raise it to the parenthesis, 365 times 10, close it off, hit enter, nearest dollar amount, $1,316.52. Let's do the other one. New amount is the $1,000 I made up, E, to the rate A lot of people put 0.0275. Is that the rate for the continuously? No, so be careful. Thank you. So this is 0.0225, and the time I used on the left was a 10. So I have to be continuous. Okay? So everybody go 1,000 second ln 0.0225. It already gave me a parenthesis. Times 10, close it, hit enter, and I get $1,252.32. Should I highlight the dollar amounts? And that's my answer. The dollar amounts don't mean anything in terms of the answer, like it's neither one of those is going to be an answer, because I made up the numbers. Somebody else might have made up totally different numbers. So which account pays more? I'm going to say the account that compounds interest daily makes more. Okay? And that's it. I'm confused. Listen. This guy is continuously, and he's lower than the daily. And we just said about 10 minutes ago that continuously will always be the higher one. So why is that lower? Someone raise your hand. Why is it lower? Hope? The interest rate's lower. You're earning less interest at a slower rate. Earning interest at a slower rate. Very good, honey. Okay, example 8. You have $500. You want to turn your $500 into $1,000 in 20 years. What APR would you have to receive if your interest is compounded annually? This is a tough one. Okay, this one's kind of tricky, so watch. Okay, start with your formula. A equals P, 1 plus R divided by N raised to the NT. I'm going to make my little list over here. A, P, R, N, and T. You start with 500. That's your principal. You want to turn it into 1,000. So that's your new amount. 20 years is my time. The R is what I'm looking for. Annually, N is a 1. Okay, now let's put those in. So you have 1,000 is equal to 500, 1 plus the rate, which that's what I'm looking for, divided by 1, raised to the 1 times 20. Okay? Now, my R is not in my exponent. My R is in my base. It's a little different. Does anybody see anything we could do to start simplifying this thing? Give her the 500. Yeah, divide by 500. You guys, 1 plus R over 1 is just 1 plus R. So that's 1 plus R to the 20th is 1,000 divided by 500, which is 2. Okay, now everybody relax right here for just a second. I could do this. 1 plus R, 1 plus R, 1 plus R, 1 plus R, 20 times. Multiply the whole thing out. Move my 2 over. Get my possibles. Start testing for possibles. Start doing synthetic. That's a train wreck. It would work. I would never do that. That would take me an hour. And when I was done, I'd probably get it wrong because there's so many places I could do it wrong. What else can I do? Say it again. So I did have people on the quiz not know how to do problems, and they just started throwing numbers in and got closer and closer and closer. They're not going to give you credit for it. It's called guess and check. So if on your quiz it says you cannot guess and check, you're doing exactly what Jesse's saying, and they're not going to let you do it. Okay? What else can I do? Go ahead, honey. Yes. Yes. I know she knows what she's saying because she's drawing in the air and she's drawing the right thing. It's the 20th root. You're exactly right. To get rid of the 20, I just take the 20th root. That's so much easier. Right? Everybody go 1 plus R equals. Tell me what comes right after the equal sign. Is it plus or minus, or is it not plus or minus? Which one? It is plus or minus. Why is it plus or minus? because it's even. So this is plus or minus the 20th root of 2. Okay, now it's going to get tougher right here. So if you're gabbing, I think I would stop. Okay, who says I'm with you so far? I see, I understand. Okay, everybody go R equals, bring your 1 over, negative 1, plus or minus the 20th root of 2. How many solutions are being listed in what I've written? Tell me. There are 2 of them. Okay, let's get them. Grab your calculator. Everybody go negative 1 plus, here's how you do 20th root. You go 20 seconds, then go down 4 buttons to the caret button, to the power button. Hit that, then go 2, hit enter, and you get 0.03526. Carry it out quite a ways. Now let's do the negative. So everybody go up, right, negative, enter, and you get negative 2.03526. Okay? Now, the negative, people say you can't have a negative interest rate. That's false. You can. It's called an investment, unfortunately. So if you have an investment, you can lose money on your investment. So yes, a negative interest rate is possible. Is it possible for this problem? No, because I'm growing from 500 to 1,000. So this is going to be invalid solution. There's one more twist, so I want you to watch, okay? Everybody watch this. Watch, I said. Everybody watch this very closely, okay? I thought I could kind of slide by, but you got me. Okay, that's funny. My family teases me all the time about stuff like that. Okay, what APR? That 0.03526 is not an APR. What do I have to do? Move it over. Okay, now listen to this. Write the words 2 digits. So first you write it as an APR, and then you round it 2 digits on the APR. So move the decimal over, so it's going to be 3.53%. So it's an interest rate 2 places past the decimal after you convert it. Okay? Everybody good? Okay, let's see how many more we have. Oh, we're almost done. This lesson is so much easier than it's been in the past, just so you know. There was a whole half a page that was this horrendous formula, and they told me like 2 years ago, you don't have to, it's not going to be on the final anymore. I'm like, if it's not going to be on the final, I'm not going to teach it. So it's gone now, so that's good. Okay, if you invest $10,000, what APR do you need to receive to have $12,000 in 4 years if the interest is compounded continuously? Start with the formula. A equals PE to the RT. 10,000 is what you start with. I know I'm looking for the R. They want the APR. $12,000 is the new amount, and it's for 4 years. So my time is a 4. I look at that, and the second I look at it, I know I'm going to have to convert. Do I convert right now? No, because I'm not stuck. What do? Divide by 10,000. So I have e to the 4r is equal to 1.2, and now I'm stuck, so now I convert. So it's log base e, that's ln, 1.2 is equal to 4r. To solve for r, you divide, so it's ln 1.2 divided by 4, okay? We're going to write it as an APR. They already told us that, and we're going to do 2 digits just like the last time. You don't do 2 digits and then do an APR. You write it as the APR and go 2 digits past, okay? Everybody go ln 1.2, close it off, divided by 4, enter. Everybody go R equals 0.04558. Look what people do. This is why I keep stressing what order. Watch right here. So that becomes a 0.05, move it over 5%. That's wrong. I want it to go 2 places after that. So it's 4.56%. So you move it over, 8 tells you to go up, 5 goes to a 6. Okay, who says got it? Let's see. Okay, yay. Effective rate. You guys are exceptionally smart compared to the general public. You guys are already above average. Okay, you're smart. But all of this money stuff is confusing. So the banks are forced to simplify it so that it's more understandable. Okay, and that is called an effective rate. The higher the effective rate, the better it is for you as a customer. So what you have to do is you have to put the information into that formula, see what you get, and then you can compare two things that are kind of complicated, okay? So a bank offers the savings plans below, calculate the effective rates, and I want to know which one's better, okay? So account A, the effective rate is equal to parenthesis, 1 plus the rate is 0.07, quarterly n is a 4, raised to the n, which is 4, minus 1. So it's easy, you just plug numbers in. Everybody go parenthesis, 1 plus 0.07 divided by 4, close it, raise it to the 4, minus 1, hit enter, and you get 0.07186. I carried it out quite a ways, because we want to compare to the other guy, okay? So account B, the effective rate is 1 plus 0.068, compounded monthly, your n is at 12, raised to the 12th minus 1. Okay, grab your calculator, parenthesis, 1 plus 0.068 divided by 12, close it off, raise it to the 12th minus 1, hit enter, and you get 0.07015,988. Okay, those are the two effective rates. If you had to write it as a percentage, this would be 7.19%. This would be 7.02%. Which one's better? Account A. So it's just a way to compare things that are very different. Quarterly, monthly, different interest rates. Go for account A. Okay? Okay, that's it. Now, everybody